Before we get started, we'd like to thank Adidas for making this video possible. England hero Jermain Defoe is a proud wearer of their new boots, the Adidas Speed Portals. A revelation in pitch technology built to give you the speed that you need to excel. Football icons Mo Salah and Viviana Miedema can also vouch for this, as the pair have been floating around London Rick and Morty style to celebrate the launch. Now let's get straight into the episode.
What's good, FD gang, and welcome back to Unfiltered. I'm here with one of the most prolific strikers to ever grace the game. You kind of made me want to be a striker, but then I realised it's not as easy as it looks.
As it looks.
If you don't know, it is Jermain Defoe. How you doing today, bro?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. You?
Yeah, I'm good. So obviously I've told you what the premise of the show is. We're going to look through some of the images from your social media and then get some of the explanations behind it. And one thing for you, I feel like you've been active from the beginning, from 2012. You didn't delete the images. No. So I'm happy there's an array of images. The first one, this is the funniest one because this was one of the first pictures that I saw on your Insta. You used to take a lot of selfies, the ones where you're angling away from the camera.
Yeah.
Is that something that was just used to, or
what you got to do is as well, you get someone else to take the picture, but when they take the picture, it's almost like you don't know the picture's been taken.
Yeah, you look away.
Yeah.
The next one is literally that. That one you took yourself. There's no way someone else took that for you.
Yeah, because my arm was like this, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the sunglasses on, summer day. With that tracksuit and that, yeah.
The next one is, that's proper like first trap, like I'm a footballer, come and message me.
I remember getting a few messages that day as well. But I was at Sunderland at the time. I was probably at home after training, bored, got a fresh trim and that, little shaving, I'm probably feeling good, little tan.
I think you even captioned it fresh trim, hashtag fresh trim.
Did I?
Yeah, you're active, man. What's happened to the selfies though? I don't really see some of them anymore.
Do you know what? You know the maddest thing is though? I take selfies, but I don't post it.
Why, man? Is it because it's the way social media is, like the algorithm and everything?
Nah, do you know what it is? See, when I take the selfies now, yeah, you know them ones, I'm taking a selfie and my wife's looking at me like this. But when they're doing it,
you just have to accept it. Yeah, you even got to compliment them as well, innit?
That's what I'm saying. It's like, so now I'm gonna start posting more. Every time I get a trim now, I'm gonna start posting more.
Say no more. All right, next picture. This is you in the kitchen when you was at Spurs. Yeah. First of all, are you active in the kitchen? Are you a good chef?
I used to be. I remember at Tottenham, I used to speak to the chefs and stuff like that, and I said, one day, get me in, suck and just teach me how to do a couple of dishes and stuff. And I'll try, innit? I'm not great in that, but all the basic stuff like the fish and all that sort of stuff, like...
That's calm.
I'm not too bad.
And obviously at Spurs, I guess you obviously made over 350 appearances, scored over 100 goals as well. Would you say that was prime Defoe?
Yeah. I think around about that time, I think when I look at probably the 2009-10 season, just before the World Cup in South Africa, I think that season I was proper like, that was like prime, where I just felt like, you just feel like you could do everything.
Yeah.
Harry was the manager, so again I was sort of like playing for someone that loved me anyway, scoring goals.
He was bagging goals, man. He was bagging goals.
Like, when you feel like that, and you're not getting injuries and that, you just feel like you can do everything and that. And then I think around about that time, that was prime for sure. Yeah,
and you helped them win their last trophy in 2008. Do you feel like with that team you should have won a few more trophies?
Yeah, we say it all the time. I'm close with Ledley and that. We meet up and that, stuff like that. And we always say that it's like with the players. When I look at the squads that I played in there, 100%, 100%. But I just feel like at that time, there were other teams like like Chelsea.
Yeah.
Maybe they had players that knew how to get over the line.
Yeah.
Because when you look at the Invincibles, when they had that Thierry's and all that players,
they just always used to find a way.
Won major tournaments.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they always found a way. Once they start winning one trophy, then they go on to. Do you know what I mean? Sort of having that sort of experience. And even when we signed Edgar Davids. Someone that can sort of help us go over the line. Someone that's won major trophies. William Gallas playing the World Cup final. But yeah, always got close. But it was just unfortunate, really, especially with the players that we played with. Some amazing players there.
Yeah, I feel you. What do you think about the team currently? Because obviously Antonio Conte, Harry Kane, bags goals. You've made Richarlison as well. You've made six new signings. What do you reckon? Do you think if they don't win a trophy this season, then it's a failure?
No, I can't. Do you know what? It's so early. Sometimes, you know what it is? Take each game as it comes, and you have to believe you're going to win every game, and then we'll see what happens. But of course, there's optimism. Like the fans are excited because of the signings and doing business early.
Yeah,
everyone's excited, so we'll see what happens.
Quick one, top four. What is it for you?
I'm not going to say obviously who's going to win, who's second and that, but I think the top four teams in the league this year, when I look at the squads, is obviously Man City, Liverpool, Tottenham, and Chelsea.
Thank you. That's what I just wanted to hear. Just wanted to hear that. Next picture is actually quite funny because this is like a proper touristy picture when you just head to a new country and you're like, yeah, just snap me near the biggest buildings. How was that? How was the Toronto spell?
Toronto, what a city. Unbelievable. That day was cold, man.
Yeah.
I can't believe how cold it was there. But then in the summer, you get good summers. So it'd be like this throughout the whole summer.
Yeah.
And the people, they were so friendly. I remember when I used to fly back home, and I fly back to Canada, and I'd land, and then you go through the airport, welcome home.
Oh, I love that.
And I didn't even been there long, so, but the people there were amazing.
Oh, I love that, love that.
Nice.
Next image is probably one of the most infamous situations that happened with your time at Toronto, yeah? What was that situation? Can you explain it to us?
He was actually my friend as well, Joe, but I think we messaged about that. At the time, I just thought, why are you taking a free kick for? You're not on a free kick tonight, you ain't scored yet. You're having a sort of like bad time. Like, I couldn't understand why he wanted the free kick. So I basically said to him, like, give me the ball. And then I can't remember, he won't give it to me, and I just lost it. I just lost my head. I tried to punch it at his hand, and then I thought, okay, cool, no problem. The guy,
he bagged it. It's like he used that energy.
Right in the top corner, and I was like, and the camera went on me, and I was embarrassed because I thought, okay, what am I meant to do now?
Yeah.
And I just started smiling and that. And to be fair, I was happy for him because we wanted him to get off the mark on that because he came with a decent reputation, and I wanted him to get off the mark so he can just like just help us basically.
Next picture. This is you making your debut for Rangers. Like, explain that whole period for you, because obviously you first went there on loan, bagged a few goals, and then you moved there permanently.
Yeah.
Like, how was that? What was the main reason you went over there?
So yeah, I spoke to Stevie. He came down. He basically said to me, he said Rangers is the closest thing you'll get to Liverpool Football Club, and I was like, really? He said it's unbelievable. But I always knew that Rangers was a big club anyway.
Yeah.
But I think when you actually go, you realise quickly how big it is. When you walk in and you feel the history. You're always reminded of like the importance of winning trophies, and for me at that stage in my career, just to get that sort of fire back was so important in that. And then I just felt like I was in the right environment and a chance to win a league title. But for the club, like 55 league titles was the big one. That was the one that they wanted to get, and obviously doing it, arguably one of the most important league titles in the club's history, and to be a part of that was just crazy.
Sick, yeah. And that's mad, because that's actually the next image that I have here when you won it, and obviously. You stopped Celtic winning their 10th straight title as well. Like, what is the rivalry like compared to like Arsenal versus Spurs or Sunderland and Newcastle? Is it the biggest rivalry game you played in?
Yeah, it's on another level. Like, it literally is on another level. You can't. If you play against Celtic, you have to win. But that season, we had to stop them. If they'd won 10 in a row, I don't know how we would have took that.
Yeah.
And then that was it. And then we sort of like knew anyway. We were flying in that. We knew we'd win the title that year, and the celebrations, never seen anything like it. I was like, wow. And even at that stage of my career, I was still like, wow, this is I've not experienced this before.
Sick. And obviously, you said that you played with played under Steven Gerrard. Yeah. How was that?
I think with Stevie, I think if he can walk into any dressing room, he's going to get the respect because obviously what he's done in the game, he's got that presence, and obviously for him it was massive winning that title. I remember watching the Celtic game. Who they play against? I think they play against like Dundee on a Sunday. And if they didn't win, basically, we won it on that day. So we're all in the canteen watching it, and then the final, it was 0-0, the final whistle went. I remember looking at him, and he just like crying. So I thought, you know what, that's how much it means to him.
Yeah.
This guy's won the Champions League.
Yeah. Do you ever see yourself going down that same path, becoming a manager?
Hopefully one day. I'd like to, obviously, as I've said, right now I'm starting my, doing all my stuff at Tottenham.
Okay.
Starting my work in the academy. Hopefully by the end of the season have my A and B completed, and I think that's the goal really. To at the end of it, hopefully at the end of it, get an opportunity.
Love that. This next image is you side by side with Harry Kane, where you was congratulating him on one of the goals that he scored at World Cup in 2018.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the England squad and obviously their hopes for the World Cup that's coming up?
When you come so close, it gives you hope going into the next tournament, especially with. Not only that as well, the players having that experience of playing in major tournaments now. So yeah, I'm excited to be honest. I think you have to go there and try and win it. I think the boys have to be confident for that. You know what, we can actually win this now. And I think if that happens, then well, you can imagine what it'll be like in this country.
It will be amazing. Yeah. And you obviously played in the golden generation as well, and like people are wondering how did they not win a trophy? What do you think the biggest difference is with this team and the team that you played in?
When you look at the England squad now, it's more like a club environment.
Yeah.
Whereas before, remember when I used to go away with England, it was more like I chill with like Tottenham lads, and then Man United lads would be there, Liverpool lads. It's almost like you have to, when you get away with England, you have to park that to the side. That sort of like rivalry, you have to park it to the side. And I feel like years ago, it was probably difficult to do that because they were so competitive. Maybe that played a part in not really getting over the line.
All right, this is one of the last images. Picture with you and Bradley.
Yeah.
Probably one of the best things that's happened in football ever, the relationship that you had with him. Did you ever expect it to get that much like recognition or publicity?
I didn't expect it because at the time, obviously he was a mascot, and then he came to the game, and then he came into the change room, we started talking. I spoke to Louise at Sunderland at the time. She was like the player liaison, and she explained the sort of the illness, the neuroblastoma, the cancer and stuff like that. Then it was just like an instant connection. He just come over to me, jumped on my lap, and the way he looked at me was just completely different because I've walked out on pictures with mascots before, but this time it was just completely different. Well, after that, all I wanted to do is sort of like just try and just be there for him, to try and spend as much time with him as possible. You know what was really special as well, when I got back into the England squad at 34, we played against Lithuania at Wembley. He actually came out, Bradley, he was mascot at the game, and he walked out with me. And I remember coming out, Joe Hart was captain at the time, and normally captain goes first, and I was behind him, and Joe Hart actually said to me, Jay, now you lead us out with Bradley, which was nice. And I remember I led Bradley out Mother's Day, ended up scoring, we won the game. He was at the game with all his family and my family, so it was just like the best day ever.
Oh, I love that, man.
And yeah, and then of course towards the end it was really hard, man. Like when he actually passed away, it was tough. After that, I struggled a bit, to be honest. When I went to Bournemouth, I was so used to having Bradley with me when I was going out to games, because Sunderland made it was like a regular thing. So when I went to Bournemouth, and then the first few games, I struggled a bit. I didn't realise I would. I struggled a bit. Yeah, it was hard, man.
I completely understand. This last image is you.
Yeah.
Getting an OBE. Obviously, the stuff that you've done off the pitch with the foundation and everything. How did that feel? Because not many people get that award.
Man, that was like, you never expect, you know, like growing up in the East End, and it's like, you play football and it's always your dream to sort of like, for me, it was never about money. It was never about having a fast car or a big house. Even though I used to say to my mum, I want to buy your house one day. I think that was probably one of the things that motivated me, because I knew how my family struggled. So for me, one of the things that motivated me was to put my family in a position where they don't have to struggle.
Yeah, make it for them.
And then so when you're growing up in East London, you never expect to get something like that. I never expected to even step foot in Buckingham Palace. So to sort of like get a phone call and say, oh, you've got an OBE. I was like, what? My mum phoned me, I was actually on holiday. I was like,
this is a prank.
Yeah, she's serious. She said, yeah, for all the obviously stuff you've done in football, but more so the stuff that you've done in terms of your charity and with Bradley and all that sort of stuff. And I'm just like, wow. And I remember the day was just like, the day was crazy. Going to the palace. I remember standing in the queue, and I remember, because on the day, sometimes you get like about 90 people that will go through, get OBEs, EBE, like MBE, knighthoods and stuff like that. So I remember just before I went through, I remember looking to my right and I see Tom Hardy standing there. I was like, wow. I started talking to him.
This is the company I'm keeping,
So I'm standing there, I'm just thinking, this is what the guy from Canning Town is in Buckingham Palace, just standing next to Tom Hardy, and then you come out there with an OBE.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was just like, it was special.
Definitely, man. Jermain, thank you so much for coming on, man. You're genuinely a living legend. This has been Jermain Defoe, Unfiltered. Thank you, Adidas, for bringing us down here. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to never miss a video, and we'll see you next time.